and welcome to Ultimate Classic Boxing. We look back at the great fights from the golden era of televised boxing. I'm Corey Erdman. Tonight, we look back at the 1957 middleweight clash between the legendary Joey Giardello and Randy Sandy. Giardello had long been a contender at 160 pounds, but to put it plainly, was blocked by both bad luck and the mob from him getting a crack at the title. He was twice scheduled to face then-champion Bobo Olsen in 1954 and 1955, but an auto accident and a legal case got in the way both times. The rest of the time, he was being squeezed out of the picture by Blinky Palermo and friends. But thanks to a brutal fifth-round stoppage of #1 contender Bobby Boyd, Giardello was back in the thick of the title picture. Joey was the #2 middleweight in the world on this night, a 5-1 favorite over the rough-and-tumble Randy Sandy. The winner of this bout was to be propelled into an eliminator for the chance to face the winner of the impending rematch between Gene Fullmer and Sugar Ray Robinson. There's plenty on the line between two well-known action fighters, so let's take you now to the Chicago Stadium. The date is February 6th, 1957, and Joey Giardello and Randy Sandy are set to square off.
The Wednesday night fights are on the air. It's 9 o'clock here in Chicago, time for your Fight of the Week. Brought to you by two great names you see all across the nation. Men seats at the Chicago Stadium to see tonight's 10-round middleweight contest, matched by the International Boxing Club, James D. Norris, president, between Randy Sandy of New York City, Giardello of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Your reserve seats are ready. We'll be at ringside in just a moment.
Good evening, everyone. This is Jack Drees ringside at the Chicago Stadium, where tonight, Joey Giardello, Brooklyn, New York, winner of 63 out of 81 bouts, 23 of them by a knockout, and the #2 ranked middleweight contender in the National Boxing Association rankings, goes against Randy Sandy of New York. Randy Sandy has had 24 fights, won 18 of them, 6 by a knockout. Sandy is unranked, having been out of the Army just 1 year this month. He's coming off a string of impressive victories, and this should be a good one tonight. We're just about ready to go. Let's switch you up to the center of the ring. Ring announcer Pep
And
Curley.
now, ladies and gentlemen, may I present the pleasing lightweight from Chicago, Bobby Rogers. And one of Chicago's best middleweights, Bobby Boyd. And one of the leading contenders, also a middleweight from Chicago, Spider Webb. And a great fighter from Detroit, Michigan, the ranking light heavyweight, Chuck Spicer. Here in the stadium, Saturday night, triple header basketball program featuring Notre Dame versus Loyola, Oklahoma City College versus Wayne University, De La Salle High School versus St. Elizabeth School. And the 24th of February, the broadcasters and sports writers banquet at the Sheraton, and Kenny Lane and Patterson, heavyweight champion, will be awarded their trophies. This is the main event of the evening, 10 rounds at 160 pounds, and the ring officials, the attending physician, Dr. Irving Slott, the judge, Frank Clark, the judge, Spike McAdams, timing at the bell, Charlie Sidebotham, counting after knockdown, Mike Murphy, and the referee, Walter Brightmore. The International Boxing Club presents this main event, and it's under the supervision and licensed by the State Athletic Commission of Illinois, a member of the National Boxing Association. The 5-point must system of scoring will be in effect tonight. And now the contestants in 10 rounds at 160 pounds from New York City, wearing white and black trunks and weighing 159 3/4, Joey Giardello. And his opponent from the Bronx, New York, weighing 157 1/2 and wearing black and white trunks, Randy Sandy.
All right, first, boys, I'd like to know who your chief seconds are. Giardello, who's your second? And who's yours, Sandy? Okay, you men will be strictly held responsible for everything that goes on in the corners. Now, boys, you've been instructed this afternoon by the Illinois State Athletic Commission, so I'm only going to brief you. Now, in the event of a knockdown, you must take an 8 count, and the boy scoring that knockdown will go to a neutral corner, and he'll stay there until I wave him out. Now, on the fouls, use of the rabbit punch, the kidney blows, or any intentional low blows, you're going to be severely penalized for. Now, I want you to keep your punches high, and I want to see a good, clean fight. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
That was Walter Brightmore, the referee, with his instructions to the fighters, or his reminder-type instructions. If you're scoring tonight's fight here in Illinois, the new recommended system by the NBA, the 5-point must system, is in use. 5 points to the winner of a round, a lesser number to the loser. A round declared even gives both fighter 5 points. Round number 1, Joey Giardello in the white trunks, Randy Sandy in the black. Giardello, a powerful puncher, heavily favored to win this bout. Sort of a poignant moment prior to the fight when Bobby Boyd was introduced in the ring and strolled to Giardello's corner to shake hands. Giardello fought Bobby Boyd last September and put him out of action since then when a tremendous knockout punch that smashed Bobby Boyd's jaw. And Boyd has just recently resumed workouts in the gym. That was the most important victory for Joey Giardello because it put him right into the thick of things in middleweight contention. Boyd at that time was the #1 contender. Good left hook by Giardello on the jaw of Randy Sandy. Sandy in the black trunks, you will note, has a very fine left hand, can jab well, shows a good, fast, and accurate hook. Randy Sandy is just beginning to bounce back after his tour of duty in the service. He's been out a year. One minute to go in the first round. Randy Sandy in the black trunks fighting a highly mobile fight, as you can see. Moving, slipping from one side to the other, steadily keeping in motion and trying not to give Giardello a chance to get his feet flat and set for one of those bombs that he can throw. Ten seconds to go in the first round.
Behind every F-150 is a story, each with a different author. Greg Johnson trusts his F-150 with his life when leading his team into the heart of the world's most dangerous tornadoes. They depend on the power of EcoBoost to help them capture real-time information that can help others escape nature's wrath. See why Greg depends on F-Series, Canada's best-selling truck for 48 years, at F-150 Stories.
We're in round number 2. Randy Sandy in the black trunks, Joey Giardello in the white. Right-hand counter by Giardello just missed. It was a glancing blow as Randy Sandy moved his head to one side and avoided the full force of the punch. Walter Brightmore warns Randy Sandy to keep his punches up. Shoots that right hand home, and Sandy goes into a clinch. One minute to go in the second round. Randy Sandy has been taking his lumps this round, but he's been getting some good work with the left hand into the midsection. It's not a spectacular punch, but it can wear an opponent down. 30 seconds left here in the second round. The end of round number 2. Let's walk back to the corner with Joey Giardello. As he settles down, he's won 6 straight fights now, trying to keep that streak going, and of course hopes to move it into a shot at the middleweight title, currently held by Gene Fulmer. Fulmer has a return date with Sugar Ray Robinson scheduled now for here at the Chicago Stadium on the 24th of April. And of course, Giardello is waiting anxiously for that one to get over with so he can start staking his claim to that middleweight crown. As I mentioned, his most important victory of his recent starts was his tremendous KO of Bobby Boyd, who at the time was the #1 contender. The last time that Joey Giardello lost a fight was in the 28th of May of last year to Charlie Cotton. Since then, he has beaten Cotton twice. Giardello never fought as an amateur, began fighting as a professional in 1948. Here we come into the third round now. Giardello in the white trunks, Randy Sandy standing, coming out of his corner in the black trunks. Moving in, took a solid jab. Giardello's right hand was a glancing punch. Giardello is finding Randy Sandy a very tough guy and not at all acting like the 3-1, 4-1 underdog he was coming into the ring. He has taken a lot of good stuff from Joey Giardello, has kept coming back for more and has been keeping up a steady attack of his own. This, of course, would be a tremendous fight for Randy Sandy and would virtually guarantee his entrance into the top 10 rankings. In that flurry, he was picking off with his gloves everything Giardello was throwing. There's a minute to go in round number 3. Solid right hand counter by Giardello has Sandy in trouble momentarily. He picks off those punches. Randy Sandy took one, and a hard one, from Joey Giardello. 30 seconds left in this third round. Round number 4. Sandy with a good right hand inside alongside the jaw of Joey Giardello. Sandy rips another one into the jaw of Giardello. 1 minute to go. We're in round number 4. Giardello gets home a solid right hand, and there you saw a beauty. 30 seconds left in the 4th round. And Randy Sandy has been able to take everything Giardello has thrown at him, come fighting right back. Been a swell fight through these 4 rounds. Next Wednesday. Now round number 5 coming up. You're in the corner of Joey Giardello in the white trunks against Randy Sandy. Giardello, a powerful puncher, has been able to get home some beautiful shots at Randy Sandy thus far in the fight. Sandy has been able to take them all. Only once could it be really said that he was staggered. That was in the 3rd round when Giardello hit him with a solid right hand that forced Sandy to hold on. But Sandy, in a few seconds, was back pumping away. He's shown a great ability to take it. He's been hitting well. And he's been keeping up a stiff pace with Joey Giardello. Tremendous difference in experience between these two. Joey Giardello with 81 fights as a professional. Randy Sandy with only 24. Sandy, however, had an extensive and successful amateur career. Giardello fought not at all as an amateur. One minute left in the 5th round. Giardello's right hand made a lot of noise, but it hit on the top of the head of Randy Sandy and was a glancing punch. .30 seconds left in the 5th round. Fighters are in tight, but they are not holding. Both hands are free to punch, and the referee, Walter Brightmore, wisely lets them punch their way out of those tight spots. Round number 6 coming up. Randy Sandy in the black trunks, 157.5 against Joey Giardello at 159.5. Giardello, number 2 ranked middleweight contender, heavily favored to win this fight tonight. Randy Sandy, a very stubborn opponent, unranked among the top 10 in the middleweight division. 1 year this month out of the service, and just beginning to bounce back among the upper ranks of the middleweights in competition. And he's turning in a good show for himself here tonight. 1 minute left in the 6th round. Sandy with a long right hand getting in on Joey Giardello. .30 seconds left in this 6th round. Exchange of solid punches there. That's the end of the round. Fans, this is American Heart Month. And when you give to the Heart Fund, you're helping to safeguard your heart and the hearts of your loved ones. So help your Heart Fund help your heart. Give now to your local heart association or to Heart, care of your post office. Let's take a look now into the corner of Randy Sandy. His manager, Jaime Wallman, taking a glance toward our cameras. He's just outside the ring ropes. Randy Sandy, from New York, was the 1951 New York and Intercity Golden Gloves champion. He went on from that to win the National AAU Middleweight title. And as the AAU Middleweight champion, he toured England, Germany, and Sweden with a group of amateur boxers. He was a good high school athlete in track and in basketball, but concentrated on boxing after high school, and he's coming now into round number 7 against Joey Giardello. That's his trainer, Sid Martin, last to leave his side as he comes out for this 7th round. Inside, a smacking right hand by Randy Sandy. A slight cut has been opened outside the right eye of Joey Giardello. Very slight. That left hook by Sandy was more slap than punch, made a lot of noise, but it was all done with the arm and was not an effective blow. One minute left in the 7th round. Randy Sandy with a good hook, belting in on the, as I say, slightly damaged right eye of Giardello. The big right hand of Giardello is just missing. Sandy is able to pull the chin away or slide over his head. It's got end of the fight written all over it, but thus far Sandy has been able to avoid the message. number 8. Randy Sandy in the black trunks against Joey Giardello. Jolting left hand by Randy Sandy onto the jaw of Giardello. One minute left in the 8th round. Putting it on Mr. Joey Giardello. Giardello trying to counterpunch with Sandy, but not being able to get them on the mark. Seconds left in the 8th round. As the end of round number 8. Let's go to the corner with Randy Sandy, who is having himself a very good evening against Joey Giardello in what has been a swell scrap. Randy Sandy is due to be married in the very near future, and his fiancée, herself quite a fine schoolgirl athlete in New York, has been his biggest encouragement in boxing. Sandy's family was against his becoming a fighter, and Randy's fiancée, Ruth Middleton, was the one who would call him on the telephone early in the morning to wake him up in time to go out and do road work. If she didn't, no one would. The family is agreeable to Sandy's fighting at this stage of the game. And he's coming now into round 9 against Joey Giardello. right-hand counters by Giardello. First time in a couple of rounds that he's been able to really get on the target with that right hand. 1 minute left in the 9th round. Giardello getting home with the solid right. 30 seconds left in the 9th round. Coming now to the last round. Giardello in the white trunks against Randy Sandy. 3 more minutes of fighting. Two minutes left in the fight. And the fighters wrestle through and are both on the ring apron. Right alongside our microphone here.
6, 7.
Both in and ready to go. Giardello now really on his toes and slugging away at Randy Sandy. One minute left in the fight. This has been a terrific fight, and this stadium crowd is really letting us hear it. Seconds to go. Ten seconds left. There's the end of the fight. It's all over. We'll have the decision in just a moment. Pep Kerwin, the ring announcer, has just collected the last of the scorecards, that from the referee, Walter Brightmore, and they'll be checked at the commission seat alongside the ring. With the 5-point system, the checking of scorecards is accomplished a good deal quicker because of the much simpler addition. Both fighters in their robes, Randy Sandy in the dark robe, and here's the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the official score and decision. Referee Brightmore scores 48 for Giardello, 44 for Sandy. Judge Clark scores 47 for Sandy, 46 for Giardello. Judge McAdams scores 47 for Giardello, 45 Sandy. The winner by split decision, Giardello.
Well, the crowd seemed to be about evenly divided on the decision when the first two scores were announced. There were boos greeting the 48-44 score in favor of Giardello from referee Walter Brightmore. There was an answering chorus when Frank Clark voted 47-46 favor of Sandy. The deciding vote by Spike McAdams, 47-45 for Giardello, gives Joey Giardello a split decision.
Well, there you have it. Joey Giardello earns a split decision in a harder-than-expected battle with Randy Sandy. And that would be the theme of Joey Giardello's career for the next little while. He had a big stumble against Willie Vaughn next time out, a draw or a loss, depending on who you ask, and then a trio of losses to top 10 opponents the following year. It wouldn't be until 1962 when he truly hit his stride as a professional. A Ring Magazine Fight of the Year with Henry Hank boosted his stock, and the next year he'd upset #1 contender Sugar Ray Robinson for a shot at the belt. He made the most of it, unseating Dick Tiger for the middleweight strap, which he'd go on to hold for the next 2 years. Giardello would retire with a record of 127-8 and would be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1993. That's all the time we have for this episode of Ultimate Classic Boxing. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.